This is the beginning of the Things You Need to Know About.com management series. Let's get started with what is it? Management takes place within an organization or structure. Note that at the very top of the structure is management, under which everything falls. Also note that leadership is the foundation of the structure. The upward pointing arrows indicate that it permeates throughout the organization. Now, within the organization or structure, the manager allocates resources: human, financial, physical, and informational, using the functions of planning, organizing, leading, and controlling. An example of planning might be creating a budget, which would then become a major control mechanism. Organizing could be the structuring of human resources into an organization chart. Leading might be influencing others to achieve organizational goals created in the planning function. And an example of controlling would be comparing budget with actual figures and taking corrective action if necessary. Please note how the interlocking circles are drawn around each function, showing the interrelationships and the dependencies upon each other. Now, performing these functions most efficiently and effectively creates a competitive advantage, which leads to achieving organizational goals. So in summary, management takes place within an organization or structure and is positioned at the top under which everything falls, whereas leadership is the foundation upon which an organization is built. Then, within the organization or structure, managers allocate resources: human, financial, physical, and informational, using the functions of planning, organizing, leading, and controlling to most efficiently and effectively achieve organizational goals.
Think about this. If two managers are equally good with their skills but only one is a team player, who will the boss hire or promote? The answer is obvious. Employers do not want only professional expertise and experience in their employees. They're also looking for other qualities, character traits for building rapport with customers and co-workers, interpersonal and communication skills that will help leaders steer teams effectively. You'll be able to stand out and advance faster in your career if you have these traits and skills. In this video, we'll share what some of these traits and skills are and show you how to use them in your interactions with customers, subordinates, supervisors, and co-workers. These tips have been taken from training programs in the Singapore Workforce Skills Qualifications for Leadership and People Management, or LPM WSQ. That's not all. We'll also give you some pointers on how you can manage your own development. If you're able to build positive relationships with your customers, they'll keep coming back. However, despite your best efforts, things can sometimes go wrong. Can you still maintain rapport with unhappy customers? Yes, you can. The key is in how you communicate with them. Here are some ways to make your customer feel better. The first way is to reiterate his views to show that you understand. For example, you can say, "You're right, we didn't deliver the samples last week." Follow up with something like this: "I'll make a call now to have them delivered today." The second way is to let him tell you what he needs before suggesting a solution. For example, you can say, "I have another idea to help you get the samples by tomorrow." For the third method, present the pros and cons. For example, you can say, "That's right. If you receive the samples tomorrow, you can meet the deadline. But if you could give us one more day, it will make a big difference to the sample quality and it won't affect the timeline too much." If you're able to attend to unhappy customers well, you'll be able to continue your relationships with them. If you want to get the best results from your subordinates, you need to be assertive. Assertiveness is not about bulldozing your way through while disregarding people's feelings. How then can you express your views honestly and yet be respectful? Explain to your team members why you need them to do certain things and how they would help the organization. Be open to other people's suggestions. And always accept responsibility for your decisions. Otherwise, how will your subordinates believe in what you say? It's important for you to build rapport with your supervisor. One way is to know how he prefers to process information. For example, if your supervisor is a visual person, you can use graphs, pictures, and videos to help him visualize your message. For an auditory supervisor, let him hear your message through face-to-face meetings and phone calls. And if your supervisor is a feeling person, get your message across through experiences such as site visits and product testing. If you're able to influence your co-workers, you can help your project team reach desired outcomes and manage changes. You may use one or a combination of these 4 push and pull influencing styles. One push style is to use logic, point out the loopholes of an argument, and then offer a counter proposal. Another push style is carrot and stick. Show your co-workers the reward they'll get if they comply and highlight the potential threats if they don't. On the other side of the coin are the pull styles. The consultative style is suitable if your team members are committed and capable of offering ideas. And if you're working with senior and independent people, you can move them using the big picture, such as values, mission, and life goals. Employers value employees who are able to grow personally and professionally. These employees are able to take on greater responsibilities and challenges. Therefore, it's important to manage your self-development well. You begin by identifying your career goals. Then, embark on continuing education and training to help you build on your strengths, minimize your weaknesses, and reach your goals. To get the skills you need to stay employable, get the job you want, and progress in your career, you should consider the Singapore Workforce Skills Qualification System, or WSQ. WSQ courses are practical. WSQ frameworks are co-developed by WDA and its industry partners from over 30 sectors. This means you gain skill sets that employers truly want. The courses are accessible. They're easily available at more than 450 CET centers and training providers island-wide. They are affordable. Singaporeans can get subsidies of up to 95% of course fees. They're also flexible. You can take up bite-sized modules to suit your needs and schedule. It's often said that character traits and interpersonal and communication skills will determine how far you'll advance in your career. If you aspire to grow into a holistic leader, find out more about leadership and people management WSQ training programs at www.wda.gov.sg/LPM_WSQ. If you want to upgrade your industry-specific skills, be sure to check out other WSQ frameworks. Log on to www.wda.gov.sg or download the Learn SG mobile app now.
Think about all the items and services you use on a daily basis, from the clothes you wear and the breakfast cereal you eat, to the car you drive and the phone you use. It's likely these are all products of different organizations. You might not normally think about the processes that produce all these goods and services, but that's what the study of operations is all about. Operations are what companies use to transform resources into goods or services. Most of an organization's financial and human resources are invested in operations. So operations management is critical to any organization's success. The role of operations management is to design, plan, direct, and improve all the activities involved in producing goods or services. Operations managers are required to make decisions in 8 key areas. Some of these are more strategic, whereas others are more tactical. We'll be considering 4 of the more strategic areas. They involve high-level planning decisions about how an organization will get from where it is now to where it wants to be. These areas are strategic operations management, product design, supply chain management, and quality management. The first area, strategic operations management, involves long-term, broad considerations about the viability of a business. How will it create value for customers and gain a competitive advantage? For example, you might need to answer a question like, what are the unique features of our apparel business that make it competitive? Successful strategic operations management aligns an organization's operations to an overall business strategy. A second area is product design. This is where you make decisions about the features of a product or service. What features will make it a success? For example, a decision about which features to include in the next release of a company's cell phone line may greatly impact the success of the phones. A third important area where operations managers make decisions is supply chain management. This involves managing, monitoring, and controlling all activities along the supply chain. It's about deciding how to guarantee the timely, cost-effective acquisition of inputs and delivery of outputs to customers. For example, you might need to decide which suppliers to use and how best to transport goods to retail outlets. A fourth area is quality management. This involves determining how to measure and maintain quality and how to identify and resolve quality problems. For example, you'll need to decide what to test to check the quality of a product or service. On a daily basis, operations managers make decisions that are key to the running of their organizations. Knowing what strategic areas to consider can make you more effective in your role and add to your organization's success.